Hi, I'm Jim Borski from the Wisconsin Rapids Street Department and giving you some pointers on brush pickup. Currently we're picking up our last time of the year in 2015. This is the October week. We pick up brush the last full week of every month, April through October. As you can see here, the guys are working on a pile that's a mixture of spruce branches and maple branches and some other things. This year we implemented some new limits to how much brush we'll pick up at a household. Our rule is, as a rule of thumb, a 4-foot wide, 6-foot high, 10-foot long pile is acceptable. We will spend 5 minutes chipping brush at each location. Anything that's left there after 5 minutes or so will have to be hauled by the homeowner or a contractor, and brush that's not taken must be cleaned from the street right away within a day after the completion of our monthly brush pickup. I believe this pile, we started at 9:24, it's 9:28 now, so we've had 4 minutes of brush chipping here. 5 minutes should just about do it for this pile. So this would have been a good size pile as a guideline. That's the limit of how much brush you can put out on each month. Okay, here's a pile or an example of a brush pile people have put out at the street for a city pickup, and we were here. Chipped for 5 minutes off this pile. Obviously it exceeds our pile size limit. Plus, as you can see, the brush is piled every which way. Instead of having all the cut ends towards the street or pointing in one direction, they're crisscross. Some are facing north, some are facing south. It makes it a lot harder to unpile and feed through the chipper. Thus, it wastes a lot of the 5 minutes of chipping time we can spend at a location. So it's important for the homeowners to know when you bring it out to the street, pile it all in one direction. It's easier for the guys to pick it up and load it through the chipper. We get more done in the 5 minutes that we're there. All right, here's another example of a pile that we chipped at for 5 to 7 minutes. Didn't get it finished. There's more volume here than what the city allows. And the pile is kind of a tangled mess. I know this type of tree, it looks like it was a crabapple tree. The branches are grabby and they don't pile real neatly, but as you can see, that there's branches thrown every which way, and that just takes us longer to get through it. So very important that residents pile their brush all one way. Here's another brush pile set out for city collection in our October pickup. Obviously, it's a very large pile, greatly exceeds our 4 feet by 6 feet by 10 feet pile size limit, and there's no way we'll chip this in 5 minutes or less. The guys just started here. We're going to take a look and see how long it takes and see how far we get in 5 minutes. The pile is piled well. All the ends are one way, but it's over the sidewalk, which is a problem, and it's going to take, I'm going to guess, at least 15 minutes to chip this. All right, that's been 5 minutes of chipping time. You can see about how much of the pile they took. Probably only about 25% of what was out here. So that gives you an idea of how big a pile can be chipped in 5 minutes. As you can see, it was hard to separate the pile. It took a lot of time pulling the individual pieces out. The guys didn't mess around. They stayed at it for 5 minutes. They're still going, but you can see what happened in 5 minutes. So, you know, if your pile is bigger than the size of a car, it's probably too big. We obviously took at least that much off this location, so thank you.